Have you ever seen a video like this before? Chances are you probably have. I mean, just look at what you clicked. But it seems like, more and more, these videos keep on appearing in our watch laters. And there's always that one specific image of an iceberg and some ominous message like, how deep does it go? And personally, I eat this shit up. And I'm not alone. Icebergs have become one of the biggest genres on YouTube since they got popular. For the uninitiated, iceberg videos are essentially centered around the idea that you can only see the very tip of the iceberg in nature, and that a lot more of the iceberg lurks underneath the surface that we cannot see. So these iceberg videos will essentially cover a niche topic or a specific genre of sorts, and go through entries that get deeper and more obscure the farther you get below the surface. So, to capitalize on this trend, I have made my own iceberg video to talk about why iceberg videos are so popular, what they are, and how it got here. So, join me for a journey into the depths in the iceberg video iceberg.
Pulled her lithe little body on top of mine. Oh.
Alright, so I should probably establish that we are going to be organizing this through view count, as it is the most easy and totally not lazy at all way for me to sort what is well known and what is unknown. So the higher viewed the video is, the higher on the iceberg it is, the lower views it has, the more obscure and the more deep down on the iceberg it is. So for our first video, and the most popular iceberg video that I could find on YouTube is Wendigoon, the Conspiracy Iceberg, as you can tell from the opening scene. Wendigoon is like the king of icebergs. Not only is he one of my favorite creators ever, he also has this video which has over 15 million views as of recording. A lot of his fans call him Iceberg Boy because, well, he has the most popular iceberg video and he really popularized the genre. This specific video was actually a supercut of multiple episodes over the course of a long time. Personally, I am a big fan of his work on Creepypasta and covering internet stories like The Oldest View, which is honestly just one of my favorite videos ever, but this is his most popular video on his channel and, like I said, the most popular one on YouTube. So congrats to the father Wendigoon for being the most popular iceberg creator on YouTube, inspiring millions to create slop, which is very honorable in my eyes. The second most well-known iceberg creator is Parallel Pipes, who is arguably the prince of making iceberg videos. Unlike Wendigoon, most of his videos are actually just straight up iceberg videos, and he's even still making more now. This specific video, the Google Maps Anomaly Iceberg, is a very entertaining and interesting video. There's a lot of mystery, scariness, and even a little conspiracy thrown in, and it's kind of a great watch. It's an interesting representation of how the stark contrast for some entries from the beginning towards the end. For an example, it goes from the Dick Church at the start of the video to a real sunken car with a man's skeleton in it. And honestly, that's just a great representation of what iceberg videos are. Some iceberg videos choose to sort it based on obscurity, and some do it on disturbingness. But generally speaking, the further down you go on the iceberg, the weirder things are gonna get. Speaking of weird things, this is the most popular edutainment iceberg video, and it really paved the way for icebergs to be more than just an internet horror niche gaming related subgenre, and honestly just a genre that encompasses many different things. This video covers some fun subjects like Oak Island, and really interesting theories like hieroglyphics actually being early animation. It's a fun and interesting watch, and it's inspired many entries in this video. Tuv is a great creator, and this is a great video. It is one of the many examples how a creator of an iceberg video can go on to create tons of different videos in many different genres. Tuv is a very influential creator in the internet horror genre, and I've been following him for a long time, so this was a great introduction to the dark side of TikTok and his channel. He even did a collaboration with Moist Critical at a point, so what can't this guy do? This video is a great collection of weird, unusual, and of course, disturbing places on the internet. It is a great watch, and I was aware of some of these websites, but it's crazy how vast the internet is. For the record, I would love to do something about this at one point, so if y'all want to see a video of me and my friends exploring websites, let me know. It's no surprise that the most popular video game ever has its own iceberg. And honestly, this one is very fascinating. This one was directly inspired by what is considered the first iceberg ever, which we will talk about soon, and it has a system that the other videos seem to completely forgo or just forget, where each entry is rated based on how much confidence the creator has in its validity. This is likely because icebergs would typically originate on Reddit, and then be lost in translation by a YouTube creator who had no hand in making it whatsoever. This iceberg goes over fictional examples in alternate history, which is like where a movie or book has a very similar timeline to our own with slightly different alterations. Like, imagine a timeline where Hitler was never born, or maybe imagine a timeline with Amelia Earhart and Helen Keller, where they actually got together and became a really popular Hollywood couple. Who knows? This video just goes over some alternate timelines that are really interesting to think about. Okay, here we are. This is widely considered the first iceberg video ever made on YouTube. While it seems like icebergs themselves actually started on Reddit, it kind of became a meme before it really took off on YouTube. And in this video, the creator Mishkosh made a really great and fantastic video about the iceberg that he found on Reddit. This has inspired multiple videos, including the aforementioned Minecraft Iceberg. And this video is just a classic and sparked a ton of content around Super Mario 64 and its unusual and even disturbing features. This includes the infamous L is real and every copy of Mario 64 is personalized theories, and after a while, almost creepypasta-like stories like the Wario apparition and that freaky thing behind Mario and Peach on the end screen. This was not the first iceberg that I personally watched. A different Mario 64 iceberg has that honor. However, it's still a classic, and we owe so much to Mishkosh for establishing the genre in the first place. Also, like the Minecraft Iceberg, there is a rating system to how valid the person who is creating the video thinks the entries are. Once again, this kind of just gets lost in translation, so don't expect that going forward. So for the record, the iceberg genre is known for covering more obscure and disturbing subjects, but this video just never fails to amaze me, considering just how disturbing and just how obscure these posts get. If you feel inclined to watch this video or any of the other videos, there will be a playlist linked below. However, I do warn you, if you've ever seen the creator Wham before, this is just worse. This is just that, but worse. This is a very well-researched iceberg video about the 9/11 tragedy. It's surprisingly well put together and honestly has a lot of super interesting stuff like different celebrities that were supposed to be in the towers, but for whatever reason didn't go. Honestly, a great watch if you want to know more about 9/11. This is such a great example that anything can really be made into an iceberg. And a long iceberg at that. Honestly, Gumball is so peak. I have nothing bad to say about this. And it was honestly very interesting. I mean, I knew about most of the Junkie Janker stuff, but there was a lot that I didn't know about. And the fact that the voice actor of Gumball got into a e-fight with the creator Dream, I mean, come on, how can you not love that? After making a video about canceled YouTubers, game recognizes game. Definition of controversy is used very interestingly here, but honestly, that's kind of just the standard. So in these videos, you might get convicted criminals to Kevin Leonardo, who honestly at this point probably should be a convicted criminal, but I digress. Okay, this is a great iceberg. I love this creator, but personally, I think that the Creepypasta song does the entire job in 1% of the time. I watch a lot of Creepcast, as I've said before, so creepypastas are kind of fun, but most of them are just so comedically bad that it makes it a fantastic watch. SourceBrew is a pretty prolific creator, all things considered. This is his most popular, and it's honestly just a great and entertaining iceberg. I am very, very disappointed this incredible thing did not make it into Super Mario Galaxy, but without this iceberg, I wouldn't have ever known. This video is just the embodiment that anything can be an iceberg. I mean, come on. What do I need to say about the Linguistics Iceberg? What I really enjoyed the video, and it was nice not having to sit down for hours for another niche weird iceberg. Honestly, I love this little mobile game, even though the twisted versions of it that EA made are very popular. I still love the original, and honestly, Garden Warfare is fun as hell. Honestly, I'm a little bit shocked that this is the first time that this has come up. Roblox is like a monolith now. Like, honestly, it has so many players, it's kind of absurd, and is one of the biggest games ever. I'm just surprised it's all the way down here. But anyways, this video goes through some of the scariest Roblox myths and quirky features. Oh, and of course, Roblox usernames with swears in them. Viewer discretion advised. I think he does need to make another follow-up though, because he failed to talk about my super amazing Roblox series that got maybe like 20 views altogether, and also Dog Shooting Simulator, which was inexplicably left out. I love music theory. If you didn't know this about me, I actually took an AP Music Theory class in 6th grade, I think. I failed it completely. I thought the teacher didn't do a very good job, but I still love music theory, so this was right up my alley. I do think that it was kind of a fascinating move because also music theory is just very, very complicated. I mean, just look at the screenshot from the video. This was one of the first entries too, and honestly, I'm barely even comprehending what's going on here. Still a great video. It's not David's fault that I have music theory trauma. Space is one of my favorite subjects, and I constantly use space imagery in my videos, and this is a great video about space. And honestly, I'm also kind of surprised that this is this low. I feel like the space iceberg would have more views than the linguistics iceberg, but here we are. I mean, honestly, how can anyone else make a more important video than this? I really haven't engaged with the show since I was like 6, so this was kind of interesting to have to sit through this whole video and read everything that happened in the it's a lot, okay? I'm still like kind of mentally recovering. Honestly, I just respect the hell out of this. And speaking of hell, I found out from this video that hell canonically exists in the My Little Pony universe. Okay, so if you couldn't tell, I've been trying to do a different creator and different subject for each video. However, I did want to cover this iceberg video because this video is 10 hours long. 10 hours. I have watched some absurdly long videos before, but honestly, this is just kind of wild to me. Like, just the effort, I feel like I had to mention this one. I love a good rare natural phenomenon, and even though this video didn't include Bernice from South Beach Toe, there was still quite a few natural phenomena that I found very interesting. Okay, so this might be my favorite video subject, and honestly, if I were to ever make an iceberg video, this is probably what I would do it on. I love music and I love disturbing things, so this is just my bread and butter. I first want to mention how insane this thumbnail is, and also the fact that for the first entry, the creator spent a month creating this freaky instrument called the apprehension engine, which is honestly just an insane level of commitment that you should never expect from me. This was a great video talking about subjects like AI music, which was probably less disturbing than when this was made, and also Everywhere at the End of Time, or better known as the Dementia album. I just love this video, and the aforementioned apprehension engine, that was a mouthful, is honestly just really cool, and it sounds like something that Arco would electrocute herself to on stage, so this is just really cool. Okay, so I know I just said I would stop breaking the rules, but this video has the distinction of being the first iceberg video that I ever watched. I have a lot of nostalgia for this video, and I remember my friend Ali showing me this video, and I instantly fell down the iceberg pipeline. Also, shout out to this commenter for pointing out every single time that Gilbert was on screen. Okay. So I have been pretty positive for pretty much everything that I've seen thus far. Honestly, all of these have been great videos. This was the first time that I genuinely hated watching this video so much. I only got 9 minutes through initially. I took a few photos because it was so bad. I was already disappointed that there was only like 2 space iceberg videos in the whole search engine. But when I watched this, I'm kind of glad we don't have more than 2. This video is kind of just the most dumbfoundingly stupid video ever. It tries to cover the subject of space, but it's specifically the disturbing space iceberg, which should really just be called the conspiracy iceberg. It talks about things that have happened over the course of the century that relate to space, sometimes in very loose ways. And honestly, everything that this guy covers is presented as factual and true, but it's all either untrue or just complete speculation. And then this guy will just spout out some random crap that he probably heard on 4chan and says, right, as a rebuttal. Like, tell me this clip doesn't piss you off.
Scientists suggest comets or terrestrial interference. Right, because natural phenomena regularly produce perfectly modulated signals at precisely the frequency we've been telling everyone to watch for alien contact. Something out there got our attention, knew exactly where we were listening, and then left us on red for 46 years.
Okay, thank you. I knew I wasn't alone. Anyways, this video sucked. This guy sucks. I hate everything that this has to do with. Worst video on the list, and YouTube deserves better iceberg videos than this. Okay, so I swear this is the last Mario iceberg, okay? Mario Galaxy is just one of my favorite games ever, and honestly, this video is just so incredibly peak. Come on, I mean, just look at this glorious thumbnail. Honestly, the Super Mario Galaxy corner of YouTube honestly just has everything down to a science. I have watched every single one of these videos on screen, and personally, this is my favorite Mario Galaxy iceberg. It features such iconic entries as Hell Valley Sky Trees that terrified me as a child. Luckily, this is not the only Wii-related iceberg on this list, but Mario Galaxy is just one of the best games ever, and honestly just has some of the weirdest mysteries I've ever seen. Okay, so we are now at one of my favorite creators ever. I literally just bought her book, and her videos about disturbing books and disturbing music are just incredible. So this was honestly just an excuse to talk about her. This iceberg really went into depth, showing the depravity of some movies. Some of these movies, like Martyrs and Midsommar, are just fantastic, with Midsommar being one of my favorite movies ever. And to be honest, when it comes to the depths in like gory and snuff crap, like One Lunatic and One Ice Pick, personally, that just sounds unpleasant to watch. But Nick Spheres fully goes into it. I mean, if I got 100 likes on this video, I'd watch some disturbing movies, but I wouldn't want to do it. So hats off to Nick Spheres, aka May, for watching all of these movies and also recommending some great books that you saw earlier. I am still reading House of Leaves and it's really good so far. So if you are interested in the disturbing like me, I highly recommend checking out this channel. And May, if you are somehow watching this, don't worry about me. I just bought the Bhagavad Gita, so nothing disturbing will affect me. So, if you didn't know this, well, there's no way that you would know this about me, I would hope, but essentially what I'm trying to tell you here is that I had the Wii for 8 years. So it wasn't until I was about 13 that I properly got my first gaming console, which was an Xbox One, but for a lot of my life, I was a Wii user and I loved it. So therefore, I have some very nostalgic memories with the Wii. And also, I now have a Wii in my dorm room that I have very legally gotten a lot of games on, and I've been having a lot of fun playing that right now. So of course, this video was super great. I was a little sad that the creator didn't feature the best game, Homebrew, but still, great video, great console, and move over gay station plans. You've never played Super Paper Mario, and it shows. Please excuse the change in scenery, but this next entry is a very fun one. So Escape the Night is a show that was on YouTube Red for a long time, but as you might have heard, YouTube Red does not exist anymore. So now the show is kind of in between mode. It just had a new season come out on Tubi, but basically the idea for the show is it's Survivor, but if you get voted off, you get killed. There is like death challenges. It's just It's awesome. It's kind of amazing. And the best part is that it features different YouTubers. So Shane Dawson's been on it. Colleen Ballinger's been on it. Jojo Siwa was on it as like very recently. There's been an insane amount of crazy, messy ass YouTubers and of course canceled ones that have been on the show. So it's kind of hilarious. It's an enigma. I really want to make a video about this show. And also, fun fact about me and my best friend Elias love this show so much as children. I used to have merch. He still has merch. We would like play it at my birthday party, even though like we would try to like simulate it. It was insane. I don't know how or why we did that, but we love the show. Looking back, it is a little bit schlocky and a little bit bad, but I still love it, and I'd love to do a video on it. It is an absolute mess. Please watch the show if you haven't. It's free right now, and it's also on Tubi, which is obviously the most prestigious platform it could be on. So, yeah. Thank you, though, for the Iceberg. Iceberg is also awesome. Kind of forgot to talk about that. I love me some Defunct Land type content, so I enjoyed this iceberg quite a bit. Y'all know how much I love abandoned things, and honestly, abandoned theme parks just seem like such a vibe. I would want to film a music video at this so hard, or just go exploring, but this specific video had a few errors, but besides that, it was honestly pretty fun, and had some moments that kind of just caught me off guard, specifically this based-ass clip.
The park closed down in 2015, and there isn't a stated reason as to why. I'll take a guess. Being that it was in Israel, a Palestinian child was probably in attendance, so the IDF leveled the park.
I mean, this is just a peak. There's nothing better that we can do here. The Scott the Woz fanbase is incredibly devoted, and this video just shows it off. I'm honestly just terrified of Scott the Woz fans, and hats off to this creator for pulling this off. This one is fascinating for many, many reasons. For one, Paleo Emma is one of the best channels on the internet, making thought-provoking and educational videos like Werewolf Confession by the Scintillating Crapulence, and then turning around and making full-on video essays like the Amphibian Iceberg. These videos are honestly very, very entertaining, and it's safe to say that I'm a big fan of their channel, so if you want to know more about awesome amphibians like the giant salamander and of course the axolotl, then please check out Paleo Emma. It's honestly one of the best channels on this platform and one of the most entertaining by far. Okay, next up, I wanted to do an entry on a iceberg about a game within Roblox, and the title certainly does not lie. This game has a lot of lore. It's a very interesting game. It's kind of like a knockoff Fortnite PUBG Battle Royale game. The creator did a super good job. It's very entertaining. And yeah, if you ever want to play a cool knockoff of Fortnite, even though Fortnite is already free, if you really don't want to play Fortnite, you should play this instead. Okay. Next up, we have the SpongeBob Iceberg. SpongeBob is also something that I love deeply. For a long time, I could only watch cable TV, and SpongeBob and the shows on PBS were my shit. SpongeBob is amazing. Love the guy. And there's a new movie coming out, so this feels pretty timely. But this is a pretty great iceberg. There was a lot about the show that I had no idea on, so if you really want to get educated on SpongeBob, this is a really great way to do it. Finally, at the bottom of the abyss, I guess, on the iceberg. The creator is super cool. He has some really cool content, and he just released a video that I really enjoyed. But this video is also great. Love the FPS iceberg. First-person shooters are kind of like the unsung heroes of the gaming industry. People don't really talk about them. The genre as a whole is fascinating, and this iceberg is great. Alright, and with that, we are done. That was the Iceberg. I hope you enjoyed. I've always wanted to do an iceberg video, but I haven't felt very confident as a creator until now. This video has taken a long time to be created, so I really appreciate you sticking to the end. If you do want to see any of the videos on this iceberg, like I said, you can find them all in the description in a playlist. I highly recommend. Honestly, a lot of these videos were really cool and amazing time sinks, just like this one, I hope at least. And I hope you enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day.